Hi there, my name is Kimberly Inez Mays, and I have a question for you. Do you struggle with content creation or content repurposing? If so, you may want to stick around. All right, I have my little kitty cat right here. Say hi, Kenzo. Hello. And I guess we're just going to have to continue with Kenzo on my lap. But before I do, if you don't know me or you need a reintroduction, my name is Kimberly Inez Mays. I demystify technology for service based businesses so that they can stop duct taping their systems together and start scaling with confidence. And I do so through marketing automation and AI. So now let's get into it. I want to show you some of my quick and easy tips for content repurposing. And I realized that I haven't done a good content video in a while. And I just want to show you really quick something you can do if you're struggling to produce content that looks like you, sounds like you, and feels authentic to you. And I know there's so many AI tools now that can help you create content. You have avatars, you have, obviously ChatGPT and all the large language models that can help you with writing. And, don't get me started on all the tools that can help you with distribution. Let me just silence my phone. That can help you with distribution. But here is the thing with all of those is that you need a plan and you need a structure for using all of these tools. And what if by the time you got through learning all of the tools, you were too tired to do anything with your content, right? So I'm going to show you ways you can use a minimal amount of tools to repurpose your content. And I know that for a lot of the people that I work with, the easiest content to create is surprisingly video. People love going on video. That I work with love going on video. And if this is not you, maybe it might be you. So most of us, we stick a camera or we stick a phone in our face and we go live, right? And through those videos, we produce some of our best content. Why? Because we don't feel restricted. We don't feel like we have to sound perfect. We usually speak from the heart. We usually make an offer, share knowledge, whatever. But within the transcript of that live video or recorded video, there's so many nuggets of wisdom and so many nuggets of you. And there's so many things that you can use to repurpose that content. The reason why I say start with video first is video is the easiest thing to create. All you got to do is take your phone, stick it in your face, go live or press record if that's your fancy, right? And for a lot of my more outgoing partners, clients, audience members, whoever, that's the easiest thing to do. And fortunately, it's the easiest thing to repurpose. So I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to show you real quick how you can take a transcript of a piece of content and then repurpose that in several different ways. All right, so let's get into it. I am now going to open up ChatGPT and we will get started in a second. I created something called, well, before I tell you what I created and before I share, I'm going to tell you that I love to use custom GPTs. And custom GPTs have been around for at least 18 or 12 to 18 months. I think 18 months is more like it. And it's no less powerful than the day it came out, no less useful. And oh boy, if you're not using custom GPTs, I don't know what to tell you because they're amazing. So now let's look on my screen. Look here, and you're going to see a custom GPT called Solomon the Content Copycat. I know that the name is a little bit weird. I have another little kitty cat named Solomon. This is Kenzo, but we're going to go with Solomon today. So the magic of TV or the magic of the interwebs, I am going to copy or I'm going to add a file of my transcript. And when I use a transcript, I'm using a transcript of an hour and a half recording that I did back in 2021. So that was 4 years ago. I'm going to take that one recording and I'm going to make multiple pieces of content with it using one custom GPT. So let's see how that works. So I'm gonna stop sharing for a second and I'm going to just add my file to the thing. All right, so now it's uploading. I reshared it again. Now it's uploading. It's called transcript demo. It is obviously a very, very, very long transcript, but Solomon the Copycat is going to do a couple of things. So if I just press start making, well, if I type start making content, content, you'll see that it's going to start making some content now. So it says, we'll create 5 pieces, one after the other. So for me, I love to make content out of my videos. So I have an external summary. I have quotes, and I can show you how to do quote post in Canva real fast. You can create a YouTube description, an email draft, and a LinkedIn post. Just want to make sure my mic is still on. Yes, it is. So for each of the content pieces, it's going to go one by one, step by step. And I built this custom GPT for the thing I needed to do, but the whole point of this demo, and let me reshare something with you if you don't believe that this is the transcript. This is literally the transcript that I took from YouTube. You see this file here? I took this entire transcript from YouTube and I put it into a notepad so that you can see that this is what we're working with. So I uploaded that TXT file. So let's say start, right? It's going to give an external summary of what that transcript's about. So it says, Kimberly Mays walks participants through practical ways to simplify their businesses using, at the time I was using a software called Keep Pro. And focusing on sales automation before marketing, helping attendees design a repeatable sales process. So it pretty much describes the whole thing. Now, why would I want a description of a transcript? Well, maybe I'm putting this into my membership. Maybe I'm putting this into a course. Maybe I'm putting this video online again. Maybe I'm putting this into a podcast. So having that description is really, really nice. I can even say that, hey, this is a signature talk. And I can give this again with this exact summary. So that is why. And it says, does this summary feel right? Yes to lock it in, edit to tweak, or cancel to stop. I'm just going to say yes. I'm just going to say yes for all of them, but you can go back and tweak your work. So out of the transcript that I just uploaded, now I have 6 nearly verbatim quotes that I can use out of this. So one of the quotes I said was, before you do anything in your platforms, I think you really should have a strategy first. If you write it out on a piece of paper, your life is going to be so much easier. So that is one of the things I actually said during this 1.5-hour workshop. And the reason why I chose to get quotes out of my piece of content is sometimes we'll say things that are brilliant, but we forget that we said it. And then the shelf life of a video or one piece of content is getting shorter and shorter. So if you're dropping all these nuggets and these jewels on people, you want to repurpose them again. So you can put these quotes on Instagram, you can put these quotes on YouTube, you can use it in other different ways and documents, so forth and so on. So it says, yes to continue, edit to tweak, or cancel to stop. So let's say yes. All right. And here's the YouTube description. Now, I said that this was already on YouTube, but what if I want to optimize my YouTube description, right? Sometimes we make a video, we put on YouTube, and the description may not match what the video has in it. So this one not only will summarize it for YouTube, but it will also put the chapters as well. Keep in mind that I did forget to, when I was creating this custom GPT, I forgot to have it give me a title, but that's okay. I can say, edit, give me a fun title. And now it says, okay, here's a title, description, chapters, and then I can say yes, edit, or cancel. So I'm gonna just say yes. So now I have the description with a title, and now in email draft, I have the subject line. I have my email here in case I want to use this piece of content in an email. So let's say that I have an old video, an old training, but now I want to share that with my email list. I don't have to go create a brand new piece of content. I can say, hey, just revisiting this thing, you know, I did this back in 2021, but I feel like it's still relevant. So let's say edit, I did this video 4 years ago, but still relevant. Don't mention I can't type today. Keep Pro. I am platform agnostic. So now it's going to go back and edit the email, and it's going to say, a while back, I ran a workshop. I guess it's keeping the time vague, and it's still one of the most useful sessions I taught. The tools may have changed, but the core ideas haven't. It's about mapping your process works. So now we have the email draft with my edits, right? So I can just say, for the sake of demo, yes, and now it will spit out a LinkedIn post for me. And this is my writing style. This conforms to the rules that I've created. And if you don't believe me, I'm going to edit the GPT, or I'm going to show you behind the scenes of the custom GPT that I created for this. So because I create so many different pieces of content based on one single transcript or video, because I usually start with video, what I like to do is I like to say, all right, start with the video, use a transcript, and then go down the line as I've demoed for you to create 6 or 5 distinct pieces of content. So these are my instructions. I tell it we'll create 5 pieces of content, one after the other. I give it a role. I said, you are the content packed agency. You receive a raw transcript and guide the user step by step through creating 5 public facing assets. Generate 1 asset at a time, wait for approval, and then proceed to the next. Never skip ahead, never let the user feel lost. So now it will go in the order that I pick: external summary, quote pics, YouTube description, email draft, LinkedIn post. And then I even put like a little menuing in here as well. I have my formatting rules: plain text only, no markdown, no bullets, no styling. And then I also have my grammar rules. I also have some templates that I have for different formattings of YouTube and email. I have some language rules that I'll show you in a minute. I have some quote pics rules, so it has to be word for word transcript, 2 to 3 sentences each, and chosen to powerfully support the main ideas in the external summary. And then here's some reminders: never show to the user, keep the replies short. Always include approval questions, wait for yes before moving on, and don't reveal internal reasoning or notes, right? And then here are some of the templates and some of the knowledge files that I have in my custom GPT. So when you build in a custom GPT, you can have your own company's knowledge and files within that custom GPT, so you don't always have to keep giving it that same information over and over. So I have words that I never wanted to use, like elevate, harness, unleash, or anything like that. And then I have my templates for specific pieces of content, like my YouTube. I always want timestamps. My email, I always need a subject line. I have templates for podcast show notes. I have a lot of other files too, but in this example, I don't have a lot of files uploaded. So I can, each instance of me running this GPT, it follows the guidelines for the transcript that I upload to it. So now I can take this, I can put this into LinkedIn, I can put this one into email, I can put this one into YouTube, and there's different ways to connect up your systems, but I'm not going to show that because that's a little bit outside of the vibe. But what if you wanted to say, now create images from quotes, Instagram. And I would never do it this way. I would always do it with Canva, but you can, if you want, keep all the graphic design elements self-contained within ChatGPT as well. It's something I just randomly thought of. It will do that for you. So now it's going to create images from quotes for Instagram. But you can see that from one long video that I did 4 years ago, I was able to get 5 different pieces of content. So the whole point is not to say that you have to use my custom GPT, but to create your own and to think outside the box. Think of how you can prolong the life of your content using AI. Now, obviously, this is one tool, and I've mentioned that you can use many tools, right? You can use Opus Clips or any sort of editor where you would take a long form content, chop it up into shorts and reels. Oh, look, it gave me a nice little image quote. Before you do anything in your platforms, I think you should really have a strategy first. If you just write it out on a piece of paper, your life is going to be so much easier. I can, oh, it's creating more. I can also give it like my branding colors, my style, my formatting, and have ChatGPT create this. Or I can take this and put this now into Canva AI that I might review in another time and place, and show you how to integrate ChatGPT and Canva, because it has a Canva connector. So you can literally take all the quotes that you've been given and make Canva files out of that. And then you can use Canva to distribute those pieces of content out to where they need to be. Same thing for the clips as well. You can also have it make timestamps of where you want things clipped. You can download the video from YouTube again, or wherever you have your video, and it will automatically recognize where things should be clipped. You can do so much that I don't have enough time to go over every single way that you can repurpose content. But remember, just because you create it once doesn't mean that it's only available to be shared once. Now, this is going to create all of my quotes, which is actually pretty cool. It's not my style, but I think it's super useful. All right, so that's all I got to say about that. Been talking now for about 15 minutes, but I do want to tell you that if you need support in this area, I have several different ways for you to work with me. I offer support. I can come and train your team. I can train you. And most importantly, I can work with you side by side to implement AI and automation for your business. And it all starts with a free automation insight session. It's a free 30-minute call where we go over what's working and what's not working, where you want to be, and what you've tried before, and how I can best support you. All right. So look in the description or wherever I post this and find the link to book your automation insight session. And I have a free gift for you. As always, you can take the AI automation and scorecard quiz. It's a quiz just to show you what your next steps might be if you're interested in doing stuff like this, because there's so much that we can get into, but there's only 24 hours in a day. So it helps you know where to get started and what your starting point is. All right. So I'll speak to you later. Talk soon. And oh, if you find this content valuable, please like and share, because sharing is caring. Now the video is over. All right. Take care and have a fantastic rest of your day. Bye.